You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, can you share a little bit about your background and your life before you became a Muslim?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aliza Kim and I've been a revert for 4 years. I reverted in Malaysia, and before that I was working in Malaysia as an actress, model, host, TV host, all those good things. But even before that, I was in corporate America. Basically, my journey, I would say, started in America. I was a Christian before this. Grew up in quite a religious home, went to religious school. So the concept of God has always been in my heart. I entered the industry, the entertainment industry, thinking that it would give me some flexibility and some time off. I did well in it, well enough to say that most of the people in the production lines knew who I was. However, with added fame, I would say, people knowing me, and with added demand for my services or for my skills, I would say that emptiness started to grow. When I was at the height of my demand, I got to a point where I really felt like I didn't know who I was. My life wasn't even my own. Every few days I would have to be checked on by a few of my agents. I would have to tell them if I clipped my nails, if I trimmed my hair, if I lost 500 grams, or if I gained 500 grams. I mean, this was all important to them. So I felt as though my soul was being leased. In my modeling at that time, at some point, to become so-called more famous, lesser pieces of clothing need to be on the body. So I started doing that type of modeling as well, but after 7 months I found out that it's totally not for me, all of it. I became very bored. It was always the same people doing the same things, getting drunk, and all these things that I actually didn't enjoy. So I stopped it. Went back to my old lifestyle, which is pretty much just reading at home, but at least it was calm. I bought a set of books starting with comparative religions, going on to short history of Christianity, going to going on to reading about St. Paul's theory of Christianity. With the comparative religions, I kind of figured out that the religions that I want to focus on are Christianity and Judaism. I didn't really know much about Islam at that time, and I had one Muslim friend who actually prayed 5 times a day and fulfilled that pillar of Islam at least. And I thought that that was beautiful. I was thinking, okay, I'm on this academic research for myself in terms of spirituality, but why is it that if I don't pray for many nights in a row, it's okay for me? There's no retribution. Why is that? But my friend who is Muslim has to pray 5 times a day, and there is consequences. There are consequences. And I don't know, I just found that relationship, that close relationship with God, just very beautiful. So this friend, whenever they went to perform their salah, I also prayed in my own way. So it kind of started like that. And then my friend also invited me to Islamic Learning Center. I started following them. And I found that I really enjoyed the stories of Islam. At first, it wasn't really the lessons. I wasn't really on a search for Islam, but I was looking in Islam as one of the religions that came from the same roots, and perhaps I will find clues in it. At the Learning Center, I got pamphlets, which I truly believe that Allah put in sequence for me, because it really changed my thinking sequentially. I had booked a volunteer to follow around to make sure that I would be able to, do all the things that a Muslim woman should be doing. How long does it take to put on the hijab? How long does it take to make wudu and pray? I wanted to know all these things, whether I would be able to fulfill all of these things, because I'm very much a perfectionist. That day, the questions that were posed to me by the ustad were very deep for me, and made me really think about why I was on the journey and what I had found. The main points were, Aliza, if you know so much already, then what's stopping you? The next part was really playing on my perfectionism. The Ustad said, Aliza, this level of knowledge that you want, this high level of but basic knowledge that you want, it's reserved for people who have already declared themselves as submitters to the one true God. And for me, at that time, I was like, look, in my heart, I didn't say this to that. I was like, look, buddy, I feel like I've been Muslim my whole life, okay? I think I have been submitting my life, this life of mine to God my whole life. So how can you say to me that I haven't been submitting or that I am not a submitter? But while I was thinking that, Allah put in my mind to understand that, look, what you have been doing is just lip service. If you don't actually declare yourself properly and you're just saying, oh, I am, but you're not declaring yourself, that is just lip service. So what are you doing? The second thought that Allah put into my mind was this. If Allah has shown me the truth and Allah is the God, is the Lord of the universe, and He wants me to become a Muslim, can I ever stop that? No matter how I feel, whatever fear, whatever worries, can I stop God from doing something? Of course not. And whatever fears that I have, if God wants me to do this, will He help me? Of course He will. So all these thoughts leading up to the final question of, Aliza, are you ready to take your Shahada? There is no other answer except for, yes, I'm ready.
What is that one thing that attracted you to Islam?
The one big thing that I would say are the rules. The rules and regulations of Islam, what is right and what is wrong. It was a thought process where I knew what to do. I could ground myself, I could put my life in perspective. Because my life before was, well, I think this is okay, but is it really okay?
Would you say that this set of rules that you appreciate, it doesn't really restrict you, but rather it liberates you?
Yes, okay. So this is like one of my talks. So this is a very good question. Whether the rules actually make me feel oppressed or not. Okay, these rules actually make me feel very free. Number one, I know exactly what I'm doing. And number two, let me give you the example of the hijab. I had already told you that I was very controlled, right? So all these things were controlling my life. The agents were controlling me. The clients were controlling me. I felt like I was a slave to them. I really felt like I was in prison. But when I put on the hijab, which is a huge, which can be seen as a huge oppression, but for me, it freed me and liberated me completely.
What is your favorite part in Ramadan?
Oh, Ramadan. Eat, iftar. Of course, I love qiyam, all that, the fellowship, the worship and everything, but I'm still a revert. I'm still pretty new, right? So these Ramadan bazaars are nuts. I am loving these Ramadan bazaars. Of course, yes, we fast, but then the dinner is such a highlight, it's still so new to me. The food, man, the food.
Awesome. Thank you, Sister Aliza, for sharing your experience. Thank you.
He's still rolling.